Alright, so one thing I decided to go, you know, if I had editing software besides Capture, I would have put a nice transition in there for you. But going into this is the Bear Grylls Priorities of Survival Pocket Guide. It's supposed to be on a waterproof paper. I don't know how accurate that is, but it definitely seems like it's got a coating on it. But the first thing is, you got your almost like your thought process you want to go through when you're lost. A bit of survival psychology as well, and then it goes down into what he says your priorities are. Don't necessarily agree about the order, because I think rescue and signaling, that should be one of your first things you should try. And of course, you should try and be hydrated first too. If you do have water, try and remain hydrated. So I think that's something. But reading through it, all the information seems to be okay. You got a couple different types of shelter there. I don't necessarily agree with them. Again, I'm not huge into survival, but I think through the books I've read, there are better things that you could have done. Like, I wouldn't have called that a snow pit form, I would have called that a snow cave. And would not have built it like that. That's just me. Going on to, your fire, I wouldn't have had car battery, like, you know what I mean? That's like, that's kind of just random. I would have put something more useful, like, I don't know. I got this book to read. Let's see, what will be a good one to put. This is actually, it's got good information. He kind of writes how he talks, though, so it's kind of odd. Sorry, I skipped it. Fire's next, actually. Food, fire. Yeah, I would have definitely put the regular hand drill over bow drill. Just, or over fire saw. Or fire plow. I don't know why it's called fire saw. That seems kind of an odd wording choice as well. But I'm trying to think of if there... Sorry. If there's one that I would have... I would have put what types of materials. I mean, he kind of goes into it a little bit, but I would have gone into like how you set up your fire, if that makes sense. Like you got your TP method, or you kind of have like a little lean-to method, or you have making a base for it so it's up off the ground type of thing. Kind of like, I guess he does kind of do signal fire, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about more making a actual base for your fire. But then he goes into location, signaling, all that. Which again, sorry, it's like 2 in the morning and I can't sleep, so making videos. But I would say this is more important than making a shelter at first. Just because, most survival situations are less than 72 hours. If they're longer, usually there's less than likely chance they'll find you alive. If you don't know what you're doing. Which I guess is a reason why you should have, at least knowledge or something like this on you, which I would have just changed some of it. But I mean, showing where you are is a huge part of getting found, and the quicker you make something to show where you are, the quicker you're going to get found. If you're busy making a shelter and there's people looking for you, they might not see you. Well, that's just me. He also goes into a bit about navigation. Sorry. That part I actually kind of agree with. That's pretty standard stuff. Water sources, collection, purification. Has, I don't know, decent. I might have done, how to find water. I mean, I guess he does do a tiny bit, but I would have. In here, there's a whole chapter about water, and I do understand, that's only so big. But that, is pretty much the same crap that was on the other side. So, that's a drawing or two of, I would have put, maybe something like this. How to filter your water. That'd be useful to put over there. How to filter your water. That's pretty useful. Or, if you got crappy water, using that type of filter method. That's just my thoughts. He does some good traps, though. Your basic snares and stuff. That's good information. Good knots. Scavenging. Sorry. I don't know. That's kind of useless information too. So, you could fit maybe four more drawings of more useful stuff on there. So I wasn't trying to make this like a 20-minute video. I guess I'll do this in 2 parts for you guys. But I guess the last thing I have on here is you got your centimeters, and your inches. That's it. Folds up pretty small though. Not horrible. Like I said though, some stuff I would change. But please like, comment, share, subscribe.